Alright, checking out Fortnite. Ooh, we got a possum here. Awesome! Let's check him out in the shop. Ooh, his name's Skillet. Look at him. He's got that crazy look on his eyes. He's got dynamite. He's a possum. That got me thinking though. What other non-live service games got possums in them that would be worth playing? You know any Mr. Raccoon from Overcooked that happens to be in a wheelchair? Alright, let's see here. What games we got with possums in it? 64, nothing there. Nintendo, nothing I can think of. Let's try Super Nintendo. Ooh, we got Bonkers, Kirby, Spanky's Quest, SWAT Cats, Dino City. No. Ah, yeah, there we go. Rocky Rodin. Not too bad. We'll put that one aside for later. And, yeah, I think that does it. I can't think of anything else on Super Nintendo. Let's see, Genesis. I know there's something on Genesis. Haunting starring Poltergeist. No,
I hope they go away.
I'm awesome!
Yeah, that one.
You'll pay for that!
That one's not so
Now
awesome.
you've gone and done it!
Put that one back.
I'm playing possum!
Ooh, what's this we got over here? It looks like Mr. Wheelchair Raccoon from Overcooked found some games. Probably some bona fide classics that he cooked up for us. Oh, I got Sparkster on the Genesis, the OG Rocket Knight, Sparkster on the Super Nintendo, and this last one, the Zero the Kamikaze Squad. That one doesn't really work, Mr. Raccoon, but we'll take it. Oh, what's this? I think I have a package. Ah, look, there it is, right there. Delivered to the doormat inside my house. By this possum. Impressive. Let's go take a look. Alright, here we are. Got the box on the table. It's all sealed up. And it says Rocket Knight on the bottom. That lets me know what's in the box. Well, you know what's in the box because you clicked on this video. And just cut it open. These plastic razors aren't very good, but you know, keeps me from accidentally cutting anything inside the box. There it is. Packaged very nicely. It even has like little corner pieces to keep it from getting crushed on the corners. There it is. The Rocket Knight Adventures re-sparked. With an exclamation point. For added emphasis on the possum power. Now, before we really get started, let's take a look at the box. You got the title down the side, nice and big. Standard stuff. Konami, Sparkster head, Lego Mumbo Jumbo, contents. Oh, the ESRB. 10 and up. Fantasy violence. Who would have thought? They are using the Carbon engine, which I think a lot of the limited run retro re-release type of dealies are using, which isn't bad, I guess. Take Mr. Plastic Razor and we go at it again. Get a little opening and then just kind of go from there, right from the seam. There we go. Tear into it like a raccoon tearing open a bag of trash. Off comes the plastic. Here comes the hardest part. Opening the flap without creasing it. It's a little tricky. You don't want to pull too hard and rip it, but then you also don't want to crease it, but sometimes like you just gotta crease it just slightly. And now we have it open, you can see inside. This box right here is what the standard limited edition is. It's basically a clamshell design mimicking that of the original Genesis release. It's even got the texture on it, which is kind of neat. Kind of shows up on camera. But, you know, it kind of has that weird, like, scaly texture on those old Genesis clamshell cases. It's got that going. Got the nice yellow. Classic style box. But it doesn't have enough possum puns on it as the original. But, you know, it does have all the games in there, so they're just kind of giving you a rundown. And then we have the little, I forget what you call it, but it's like a collage of all the cartridges. A nice little shadow box type display case. It's kind of neat. Then you got the golden title, Resparked. Got the crushed velvet insert inside holding the little imitation cartridges. Got some hardware to hang it. Pretty standard frame, not too bad. Insert in here. Grab this out. Oh yes, this is a reprint of the original comic, which to my knowledge was a UK exclusive. I've heard people talk about it. Another insert. Kind of odd, but it's got another book in it. This is more like a making of / art book type of dealie. The cover is pretty standard. Got the key art for Sparkster, the sword. Edges got a little banged up because it's kind of slid around in that little white thing. Oh yeah, see? Design documents. He's like, look at my designs. 63 pages. Should have gone for 69. It's nice that they even got stuff in here from the original people who worked on the games, but you get a nice sampling of all the regional variants of the cover art, which is always cool because the Japanese ones are usually like way cooler. Some more key art, early designs, sketches, that kind of stuff. Look at that. Hanging by his tail like a possum. Or the spinny move. Some more concepts. Some of the bad guys that didn't make it in the game. Looks like manual scans. Yeah. Key animations. Probably from the Japanese commercial. I'm pretty sure I've seen it before. If you're on YouTube watching this, you could probably find it. They always went all out for stuff back then. And then you get to some of the, American cover art. You can kind of see it's what I have right there, except mine's a little more faded. And then the Super Nintendo one. Super Nintendo. Let's see. Ooh. Now you can see they changed the design a little bit. Going to the Genesis one. Got the Wolf Army. Cool characters. Changed it up a little bit. Oh yeah, Princess Fiora. Cannon Man. Who could forget Cannon Man? And Wolfheim. And Generalissimo Lioness. And of course Axel Gear. Most people actually know Axel Gear. We got some more. Noticeably absent is the, more modern game they had, but these are the classics we're talking about. Let's see, what do we got next? Ooh, a certificate of authenticity to certificate its authenticity. Got number 454. Too legit. Ooh, this one's a little heavy. I think I know what it is. It's got its own little box. Heavy. Pretty sure this is a little pewter statue. Yeah, there he is. Got bubble wrap. Not too bad. So like a 3D render of him. Very metallic, of course. Make a good paperweight. And you can tell by his foot, he belongs to Konami. Despite the fact they don't come up with new games. It's pretty solid. And I just want to take a moment to compare the two. Just for the heck of it. Now we gotta cut him open. Release him from his cellophane prison. Again, you gotta like cut into the seam. I mean, it's easier to cut stuff that's plastic. You don't have to worry about cutting into it, but it does scratch it up, so just gotta find a weak point, tear it, rip it. Make a little bit of room for this. Don't want to squash this little insert and all the little things. The comic's flat, so that'll be okay. Then we bust open that clamshell. Get to the pearl inside and make sure the pewter statue doesn't get hit either. You get a nice poster, OST, soundtrack for, I guess, all 3 games. Personally, I really like the Sparkster on Super Nintendo and the original Rocket Knight adventures. Sparkster on Genesis isn't bad, it's just, I didn't play it till way later. And what else we got in here? Oh yes, a fold-out poster. Just like the one you could mail it order in for back in the 90s with shipping and handling of $9.95. Except this one just has the art for the Resparked version on one side, but it's got the nice key art of him where he's like, "Ah." And then on the back you got a newer drawing. It's got a little bit different style to him. Oh no, not too bad. Pretty cool poster. Fold that baby back up. Set it to the side. What else we got in here? Oh yeah, the game. It's got a clamshell thing, just like the Genesis, so it kind of hooks in there. But this is the standard Switch release. If you got the non-special edition, just Switch game. I think they might have had alternate cover arts, but this is the standard one if you ever did get it. Pretty standard stuff on the back, of course. Same thing that was on the outer box, almost. I like the art on the front. And then, also hooked in here is the steelbook. Gotta unhook it. You get the Sparkster with the little explosion behind him. He's like, whoa, my game is in here. And then another, key art image, the same one they like to use of him with his mouth open. I'm not a huge fan of steelbooks. I think they look cool, but in practice they're not very practical because like touching them scratches the plastic off. But get all this nice little sprite work in there, I believe from the Genesis game. And that's always pretty cool. And we want to cut it open, just stab into that little recession. Kind of tear around the middle to get the plastic off, and then you can slide the top and bottom pieces off. I remember that from when I had to open games when I worked at GameStop, which is probably why it's less exciting now. Oh, I forgot about this. It looks like a little manual, but I believe it's the mini version of the comic that comes with all the standard editions of the game. If that camera would focus, you could see it a little bit better, but here we go. I guess that's good enough. It's got some nice line art on the back. You open it up, and there's a little foreword about the game, and then of course you get the comic, which, yeah, it's a smaller print size of this big one. And the big one is exactly the same. It's just like they give you a full-size print of it for getting the super special version, so it's the same as it would have been back in the day. But yeah, pretty typical looking 90s comic. That's nice art, especially for something that was just, I believe, a one-shot. I don't remember hearing any more about it, because I want to say it was just like in the UK they used this to promote the game. I know I have a friend in the UK who's talked about it before, and I want to say they ran it in a magazine. I think you might have been able to get it separately. Not 100% sure, but it's cool. There's some credits. You can see the people who worked on it back then. Not too bad. And then I also noticed you get reversible cover art. It's kind of got a mashup of the two games' original art. And then behind this cartridge is his face. It's kind of neat. So you can pick which cover art you want. Or if you don't switch it, you can see it through the case because it's clear. So you can still see it when you open it. Back in there. Ran out of the little hooks, just like the original clamshell has, that hold the cartridge in. These are just higher, so they have a little bit more clearance, so you can get both the steelbook and the case in. I'll try showing you. But it looks exactly like it. It's just the hooks are higher to accommodate for the two things you're putting in there. Although it is easier to slide them in and out of the original Genesis one, because as you can see here, you can snap this in, just like that. But because it has a seam on it, it can just like poke through the seam and not actually clip onto the top. It probably won't hurt it, but it's just kind of annoying because it doesn't go all the way in if it gets caught. There you go. Yeah, snap it in. And then once you have it in place, you're good to snap the outer case and put it on the table. And on this part, I figured I would just show off some of the other things that came out with the limited edition on limited run games. They're not directly like packed in with it, but they were available at the same time. The first one being the fancy collectible coin. I keep it in this little plastic membrane frame for displaying coins. Works great for can badges and stuff too. You can get them in different sizes. They just pop open. Just like that. a good way to display them, keep them nice. Nice and shiny. And then when you want to put them back in there, all you gotta do is stick it in there and close it. Now this one is a little heavy, so it tends to like slide down a little bit, but other than that, just put it right back on the pedestal. Right over here by the games. And then I figured I'd make a side note on this, because I opened it up. I was starting to edit this for the tracks on it. And while the inside art is pretty cool, these cardboard things where you have to slide the disc out is not. Especially when there's 2 discs, and it's like you kind of have to gently and ever so precariously slide it out over the other disc over this way, and it's like, just like with Wii Sports back on the Wii, it'll just scratch it up after a while. So I just put it in some normal paper sleeves. You can see the disc art. Figured those won't scratch it, and they'll still protect it pretty well. And this one used to have Blades of Glory in it. And then of course there's the plushie. He's kind of big, a little bigger than I expected. I mean, he's fairly, well designed. Yeah, it almost looks like something that you would get from Fangamer, but maybe Fangamer would probably have a little bit more to it. Because I feel like usually when they have these accessories on Fangamer, they're just like magnetic, so you don't have to like finagle with it too much. Like this one, it's a loop. His hand, you just kind of slide the hilt in there. But as you can see, it's not very easy to get back in. You kind of have to like pull it through. But yeah, detail's pretty good. He's got little plastic whiskers. Got his armor. I mean, his armor is like sewn on, so you can't really take any of it off, but you can, you can kind of like see underneath it a little bit. Got the goggles. Got the boostos. Got a tag on his butt that says Konami. And some nice embroidered eyes. Oh, and he's got the little inner ears are kind of embroidered too. Always nice to see embroidery. Oh yeah, and the little, well, I don't know what you call them, the black spots on his boosters, they're embroidered too. I got like a little plastic thing on the bottom here, so it's kind of hard. Other than that, he's pretty decent. Soles of his feet are hard.